All right, people. This is Daniel, and I'm going to basically say a few things, and yeah, I'm gonna basically say that the porn industry is causing too much people to be addicted to it, like drugs. Wake up, people, because what you're seeing is causing your dopamine levels to be affected, like drugs affect your dopamine levels, like LSD and marijuana, and even cocaine, and even heroin. Yes, the porn industry is that bad. It's so bad that 1% of the time, 1% of the people in the morning, especially 1% of the time, someone is going and urinating. Yes, it's a for mature audience. Every time someone urinates, especially a lady, they urinate on camera. And not only that, some people urinate on camera without even knowing it. And unfortunately, the porn industry is going too far because, like, 5% of the time, someone actually has sex in LA, they're doing it on camera. And basically kind of molesting the kids in a way because these poor kids are going on the camera and seeing this cool stuff that they see, and the stuff that they see is a drug. They actually see stuff like drugs, and then they get addicted to it, and this is what happens. They actually sorry, I'm full allergies. What they see on the camera is causing them to go astray. Let me go to another point about that urination. There's 1% of the whole world's urination in one day. For that day, 1% of it is caught on camera, and that's for just about the whole world. Let's re-say that again. For every time in the world, 100 people are urinating on camera. I hope YouTube basically makes this age restricted because of what is going on. But I don't know. It's like people they don't really care because they just they're not sick of it. These people love the porn industry like it's their candy and like the drug. And sugar is also like a drug, but the porn is even worse than a drug. It is a dopamine riser like a drug. It's actually worse than some drugs. Like, it's worse than marijuana. It's even worse than LSD. And it's worse than cocaine. Yet it's not as bad as heroin, but it's exactly like heroin. And the people that are doing it on some media, social media, these people, by the way, are they're just acting. These people saying, "Oh, it's just we're actually having it in front of you." No, these people are actually actors. They know what they're doing. If you say, "Oh, they had sex or whatever not," and you see, that they started the baby, well, the lady came prepared. She had whatever she had a ladies condom in her. Yet the guy, he doesn't have a condom. So what does he do? Well, he controls it, and I don't want to say what it is because it's not really for YouTube policies. And not only that, 7% of the drawings on the internet, not just on the internet, I would say 7% of the drawings in the whole entire world that are new are quite likely porn drawings of furries. Not to mention 17% of the drawings are porn and like porn that are not involved with college. And on the internet, the drawings on the internet are quite literally 95% of the drawings on the internet are for actual porn. Then there's video games that are suggestive. Someday they'll get really onto porn. And the kids' games will be crude humor all the way through. And all of that will just be getting worse. In the teen rated games, they'll deal with abuse, but there's going to be a whole lot of violence in video games. I mean, guys, if there's anything in the video games, rape will be what makes a teen rated game. Like sexual violence will be what makes a game teen rated. And M-rated is going to be like an adult only game rating. And adult only games are only for adults because of mass shootings. Do I get myself point? Do I get my point clear? That the more the dopamine rises, the more you're on that drug called porn, the more, in my opinion, you're really sucked into that drug. And the more that you basically waste your life away and destroy yourself. Like, how bad is this porn? Marijuana is made legal. So is porn. But marijuana messes with your mind. Porn messes with your physical body. It also gives you STDs, in a way. It also gives you dopamine, a high level of happiness and joy. Also, if you think about it, too much dopamine is really, causing you to, just to be so addicted that you molest other people and it's illegal in some other way. And also, with all the people looking only at porn and molesting people, those people are doing it illegally, and then it's like another type of drug that's causing people to quite literally, destroy their own bodies. I mean, it's just as bad as LSD in the mind as it is in the body. And it's kind of as bad as cocaine in the mental state in the body. I hope you get what I mean. Also, in many senses, it can hinder your mind against the godly things, and that really helps you cope with the world in the way that it should be cope with it. I mean, it brings peace to the world, but not really jobs, but it brings happiness and joy and peace. Being with God makes you peaceful with others. And I'm going to say a name that you probably don't like. Oh, yes. Nick Gurr is in the hospital right now. Thank you. Yes, Nick Gurr is in the hospital. Do you mind praying for him? For anyone that sees it. So yes. So right now I'm going to pray for Nick Gurr, and then I'm going to continue on my video. Dear Lord, please please help him just get out of the hospital and make sure that that he's okay and he won't have too many problems after that, and may he basically, if he ever has something to do with God and Christ and anything to do with may God give him a powerful life and more of a testimony that he got recovered from the hospital in whatever way possible that you want to do it, God. But may things recover in a beautiful way. May things settle in the best way possible for him. May not suffer and be in pain anymore. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So, anyway, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I got carried away, but yeah, basically, yeah, porn is, what was I? But yeah, porn is really a terrible thing. It really causes people to go. I mean, it drives people's mind away. It causes people to, quite literally, excuse me, quite literally rips their bodies apart like drugs. It really does. And honestly, since I prayed for him, I cared for that guy right there. I cared for this guy. I mean, this guy, Paz Reptile, I don't know him very well, but I know that this guy is a big fan for me. I mean, oh, thank you for doing that. I want people to know that I care for them. It's not about the numbers. It's not really about numbers, but you know, oops. Still, I just care for the whole entire. Whoopsie. Sorry. But still, there's a lot of people that are really suffering in the world. I don't like that. How do I do that? Yeah, so basically, sorry about that, guys. I mean, I have to respond and answer questions and things like that. Anyway, so with the body, anyone that has a problem with their body and any issues, I mean, even I even have issues, and it's probably the worst thing you can possibly have is immorality being on a whole epidemic, and it's easy in the side of your sight, and in a way it's not as bad as physically looking at someone, but it's still it's worse because it's constantly there and it's in front of your face, and this dopamine, I would say it truly sucks. And truly, I mean, still, if you're wondering, Jesus wants a healthy body. He wants a body that is not affected by drugs, porn, or alcohol or smoking. I believe smoking is, I don't know, it's like not the worst drug, but I would say porn is practically the worst drug possible because smoking is the second worst drug. Smoking, on the other hand, you can possibly get out of it, and there it's good, it's done. But porn is reminding you that it's addicting you so much that it's not, if not caught, it'll be worse than cigarettes and addiction. Also, people are just stuck sometimes. I mean, some people have been on addicted to porn for several years, and they've tried to get off of it, but they can't. Those people need prayer because they think they can do it physically, but they can't. For some people, it's impossible. For others, it's like a contract. You get rid of it for a short time, then boom, automatically you're on it worse than you were before. Also, it's a lie. Pornography is a lie. Because even though it's true, it lies to you in a way because you think it's a good thing. It lies to you in a way because it makes you think that it feels good. But the industry is a lie because it's all acting. Real sex is it's on the exterior. It's not on the exterior. It's on the inside. Not to gross it out, but it's what is it called? It's basically knowing that person inside out and knowing that person who they are deeply, knowing who they are deeply, getting to know them perfectly. And yes. Okay. Anyway, I'll be done shortly. But still, it's still, I mean, people, I mean, no one's perfect, but sex is supposed to be intimate. It's supposed to be you and the wife thinking about their children and then creating children. That's all that's supposed to be, not just a good feeling that's wasted. Because pornography is a sex that cannot be, a thirst that cannot be quenched. And, this porn industry is the worst thing it can possibly have for a thirst that cannot be quenched, especially for that. I mean, let me tell you a thirst that can be quenched, and I meant that can be quenched. I meant sorry, that is always quenched. I mean, a thirst that cannot be satisfied. This one can be satisfied. Let me tell you a thirst that can be completely satisfied. That thirst is Jesus. Yet, he will get you out of this porn industry when he needs you to be out of that porn industry. And sometimes it's want, sometimes it's need. He will satisfy your thirst for him, and he will do it just perfectly. Now someone's question is, Papa's reptile or whatever it is. What do you think about Muslims? Well, once they find Jesus, then I can accept them as people of Christ. But I accept them no matter what into my YouTube channel. This is for people that want to find Jesus Christ and are looking for answers. Muslims, they know that there is a God, and they know that God is the rule of the universe. I would say that like 90 to 95% of the Muslim religion is part of Christianity. The only thing missing, I believe, is Jesus Christ. And their thirst for Jesus Christ, if they have it, will be substantially perfect. And if they, need help, I will give them help. I'll pray for them. I'll even pray for them right now, for those Muslims that are Christian, that are, abandoned by their family, because I don't know how true this is, but I do know that a lot of Muslims are very uptight about their religion. Now, if you want something extra and something to tell you that you're not perfect, Well, that's a lot. That a lot of people don't like that, because if you're saying that only Jesus is perfect and he is the one that will basically make your perfections perfect in the very end, the devil considers that offensive, and he will make the person offended. So that's my last question to you. And anyway, I hope that answers questions. And I'll be done. Okay. Bye.